Serious Minds Brain Tonic was created to sharpen the mind by protecting cells and increasing neurotransmitters associated with learning and memory. This is the Serious Minds Brain Tonic. The Resurrection Formula. This male reproductive tonic elixir is the resurrection you've been looking for. It is a stimulating sexual tonic with mild androgen-like effects that is nourishing to the reproductive system. You can order them at www.professorgriff.me and www.seriousmindsinstitute.com. Just call 678-557-2919. Your health is your wealth. Peace.
Do your children love learning? At the Institute for Self-Mastery, we've been homeschooling for 10 years. We didn't just hop on this because of what's going on now. Check us out, the Institute for Self-Mastery, ismhomeschool.org. Peace.
All right, greetings, family. Greetings. Once again, we are black in the building, and we're going to dive right into this particular subject. We're going to be talking about sleep, emotions, and stress, and we're going to kind of dip and dab in and out of this conversation that we were supposed to have, I think last week sometime, about water, all right, which is very fundamental. All right, so without any further ado, we're going to dive right into this conversation. Greetings, family. How y'all doing?
Peace and love. Welcome back, wonderful growers. We are back.
All right, we're making it happen.
That's right. How you feeling, Griff?
Yeah, they got all the fly gear on, and bruh, how come I can't shop with you?
He can. Where you can get it from?
Hey, I shop in the neighborhood, bro.
Oh, I hear you, man.
I circulate my dollars in the community.
We must not live in the same neighborhood, because mine is like the dollar store, Walmart, thrift shops. No, you don't shop there? No, okay. Just checking, bro.
You got a few things.
I shop with the local vendors, our brothers on clothes.
Wait a minute. That's Jeff.
Yeah, brother. Yeah, that's right, brother Jeff. That's right.
Yeah, Aisha. Yes, that's right.
All right. Right. Garbage joint popping up. Anyway, so we're going to dive right into this subject. For the people that don't know you guys, please tell the people who you are and what you do.
Wonderful. All right. So peace and love. I am Basu Aisha Rael, and I am a herbal pharmacist and part owner at Smile Pharmacy Herb Shop and Apothecary, located in Atlanta, Georgia.
Greetings, family. Dr. Hernandez L. I'm a naturopath, acupuncturist, massage therapist, herbalist, homeopath, holistic chef.
That's right.
And it's the most stuff, but I'm just here to serve the people. So we're here tonight to just share some information, and hopefully you guys can learn from it and get something from it.
Okay, cool. Shout out to the Serious Minds family on YouTube, Facebook, and Periscope. And I'm trying to get them up on Instagram right here. But welcome once again, Quan. Peace. What's good with you, Quan? You black on deck? All right, cool. All right. So yeah, let's just start things off. We was having a conversation about last week, and we were talking about water. Just give us your take on why is water necessary? Why is water very vital and key to your optimal health? Let me put it that way.
It makes up most of your body, especially when it's dealing with organs and your blood and your nervous system. When you really dive deep into it, the essence is water, electricity. So of course you want to have something live and something living water in the body. You have to be able to sustain, and that's key. So you need your water, so there's no excuses.
Right.
Fresh vegetables too. So it's important.
So the water is key to growing vegetables, growing fruit. The water is key for matter of fact, because there's water inside of certain vegetables and certain fruits.
That's right.
Right. So then it's key because you said the body makes up 75% water.
It's really closer to 98 probably, because every cell in the body is composed of water. Even when you get down to like the chemistry of cells, typically you're dealing with oxygen, hydrogen primarily, with nitrogen and carbon. So those are the four main components of every cell in your body, which means that half of it at least is, the components that make up water.
Oh, okay. Now I'm getting it. All right. So now when it comes to when and how much water, when should we drink it? How much water?
That's gonna vary from person to person.
That's right.
It's gonna vary on your body weight.
So if I'm 5'2", 250 pounds, how much water should I be drinking?
Man,
at least 100, at least that gallon, at least almost a gallon, relatively. Then it depends on how you actually moving throughout your day. Are you getting up drinking water, or are you missing that whole morning time soda? You get what I'm saying? So you already lacking it, and then you use water as an excuse. I drank a little bit of water, and it's like, nah.
Right.
If you're 5'2", 250, a gallon, you definitely need to be, pushing towards that, because you need to, work on a few things and get some of that excess weight off.
I like the way you said that. Work on a few things. That's it. Just a few things.
Yeah, diet. Or living.
Yeah,
right. You know what I mean? They got to work on their eating habits,
right?
Their exercise habits, their exposure to the elements, sun,
right,
fresh air. So,
what kind of water now?
Ooh, now that's a good one.
So, look, let me tell you.
Yeah.
So you need this kind of water. To tell you the truth.
Did that say mason jar?
Yeah, it's in a mason jar, but I literally drove this morning, a good ways to go and recover this living water. And so, man, you could say that. If you want to say. Well, any spring that you are close to that is clean and
that's clean,
has been graded. You definitely want a grade water, one with living minerals, that are definitely going to fortify your system.
Right.
So that's really key. So whenever you're getting your, there's all kinds of different takes on bottled water, right? Mm-hmm. And there's different kinds of bottles also. So there's a lot of different things to take into consideration.
Right.
But one thing you want to look for, Griff, and to the people is, you're going to want to look for spring water primarily for drinking. Okay. Distilled water is for certain things, but for drinking, you want spring water.
Spring water?
If you're going to get your spring water, you want the spring water bottled at the source. So I'm not going to call any names or anything, but there's certain companies that are actually bottling at the source. What happens is, with distilled water, if you drink it straight on, it's going to deplete the body. So it's going to start pulling minerals out of your body before. So it's going to actually dehydrate you, to make it simple. I don't want to get too.
Right.
Then, you got your purified water and your drinking water. This is basically municipal water. So this is nothing more than your tap water. So if you see drinking water or purified water, it's the same thing in your toilet. Just keeping it real.
Wow.
So, but the key again is the bottle at the source, because even spring water, when it's transported, by law they have to chlorinate it. So again, you might as well have tap water.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
The dangers of water.
Okay.
Now if we're talking about certain types of water, again, tap water is super dangerous. There's a lot of heavy metals. There's a lot of lead in it.
Right.
You also have a high percentage of fecal matter, as well as tampons and used toilet tissue. So there's certain tests that you can use. You can take your tap water and put it in a jar, add a reconstituting agent, and it will take all of the solids that have been dissolved in the water and redistribute them and give you a nice little layer of sediment at the bottom. And tests are done on what it is. It's usually tampons, maxi pads, tissue, diapers, exactly. And one of the main components that people are finding now, especially with the opioid addictions and people on all of the various pharmaceuticals, all of that stuff is being urinated into and defecated into the system, and that cannot be filtered out. So that is constantly flowing through. So if you're drinking that, you're getting all types of who knows what in your
bacteria
system.
And different parasites.
Not to mention, different types of what they call waterborne illnesses. And so there's a lot of different dangers. And again, I won't say no names of any companies, but there's companies out here that are selling water that are making billions of dollars and selling you some very crappy water.
Okay, so what's the best water to drink?
Like just type, or you saying name?
Name. Give us something that people can have access to.
When you go to Kroger, or when you go to Publix, or when you go to your local grocery store, whatever it may be called in your area or town or city, just look for spring water bottled at the source.
And be bottled
at the source. If you're not going to go and get it yourself, then that's going to be your best bet. And
I mean, when I say bottle, I mean a bottle as opposed to plastic.
Now, if you can get glass, of course, that's what you want. Now, there's not too many companies that are offering that, but there are a few. Now, you may have to step a little bit out of your normal range. But for instance, in our area, the closest, we live definitely in a food desert, but the closest grocery store to us is a Publix. They have Mountain Valley. Mountain Valley is an alkaline natural spring water bottled at the source in glass. So it does exist, and you can find it. You're not going to find it at every store though. So if you have to get it in a bottle, in a plastic bottle, it's going to be fine. For the most part, though, the companies that actually go that extra mile and give you the good water, they're also going to give you either the BPA free plastics, or they're going to give you something that's more of an industrial plastic that does not leach. You get what I'm saying? It doesn't have the same type of weaknesses that you'll find, like in your, whatever.
I wasn't trying to name nobody. That thin plastic. What is that? Like a plastic number 5?
Like the Nestle or one of those, purified waters or something like that. That's real cheap.
So let's dive into this sleep. Some of us get too much sleep. Some of us don't get enough sleep.
Yeah.
We talk about sleep for optimum health. How much sleep should the average person be getting?
Optimum health on an average.
On average weight, average person. I know there's no such thing as average, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, for at least an average 6 to 8 hours. But most people are not even getting that, not thinking they can reach at least 4 hours of sleep. But it also depends on
The quality.
exactly the quality of sleep. Yes, and you're not just sleeping, eating heavy caffeine in and out. Like then you're draining certain organs in your body. And like you said, some people get too much sleep. That could be of a thyroid issue or your adrenal glands.
Right.
It could vary because you can have low adrenals versus low thyroid issues. Low thyroid issues can be sluggish, sleep a long time. With at least your adrenals, you're getting some type of quality of sleep, but it also affect other areas. But average 6 to 8 hours, and the minimum I couldn't say because the average person, we not average no more. We have mostly entrepreneurs, so getting a full 6 to 8 is like, I don't need that much. I can
Right.
I can base it off 5 hours. I'm good. That's entrepreneur.
Right.
But if you're working someone else's job back to back and you only getting the quality of 2 hours of sleep, but you didn't eat or drink, you causing different stress factors in your bodies to go up. So what you think of average?
Look, I think that was right on point. You pretty much covered it. I was gonna say the same thing about the entrepreneur. If you're really trying to get it, when you look at people that are you know, highly successful, they're not sleeping more than 4-5 hours typically because they're up at 5 or earlier to stay and get to it. So you can't really peg everybody in the same hole, but 6 to 8 hours for an average individual, especially for children more, it's more important that children get their sleep because it's important for their growth cycle, etc. And for adults, it is important because that does keep the stress down. So the less sleep you get, if your quality of life is not on point, they both affect each other. They're gonna, so it's a lot.
Right. So are you saying sleep affects your emotions? Your emotions is tied to the stress?
Man, in so many ways. Yeah, you can oversleep. You know how you got the oversleepers? People that be trying to sleep to 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Like those people are destroying their sleep cycle. You have your serotonin, melatonin cycle that happens around 11 p.m. Which is when you should already be asleep if you're, trying to reach optimal health, right? You should be asleep by 10 o'clock so that you're 11 o'clock, by 11 o'clock, when your biorhythms are activated and these chemicals are being released, for you to get the full benefit, you have to be asleep and it has to be dark in your room, where you are. So, man, there's so much science involved in this, but it is important, because it helps with anxiety, or it can increase anxiety if you're too much or not enough. So it is important to have balanced rest, whatever is rested for you, where you still, when you wake up, you feel energized and you don't feel sluggish. That's really what you're looking for. Your sleep is where you get your healing, So a lot of herbs can be taken before you go to bed so that you can make sure you maximize that healing. That's one of the reasons we talked about it in the past, attempting not to eat too late or too close to the time that you go to sleep or lay down, because that's going to affect not only the digestion, but also your body's ability to heal.
That's right.
Right. Shout out to Johnny Taylor. Really appreciate you. Johnny Taylor said, peace, y'all.
Peace.
All right. I'm one of them individuals that I can't sleep in an all black, dark room with no light coming through. I'm shooting something. I'm just telling you straight up. It ain't happening for me. No, seriously.
Okay.
I gotta have a night light. Something gotta happen. I'm not sleeping in an all pitch black room. Just ain't happening.
Hey, it's all good.
You're not catching me off guard. Even when I'm asleep, I'm like, nope. Yeah. I'm putting my tighty whities on with my left hand, and I'm like, clow, clow, clow. I just can't. I gotta have some light somewhere. Do so, and mainly I think that it's partly because healthy paranoia. Growing up in New York, there's always lights, always noise, always cops, always fire engines, always people talking. Growing up in the house with 13 of us, there's always something happening.
Yeah.
So it's almost like the best sleep I probably have ever gotten was like even now when I go out on the road.
Mhm.
I know no one's gonna bother me. I know, you understand what I'm saying? I can crack the curtains a little, let a little bit of light come through. I'm fine. I'm doing my normal, regular thing with bolting that door in case the maid want to walk in. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that way I know I can kind of get some sleep. I know I won't be bothered.
Mm.
Yeah.
I said pitch black is almost like sleeping in a damn coffin.
Ooh.
I can't do it. But anyway,
Yeah.
what should the temperature be in the room when you're sleeping?
Comfortable. Not too hot, not too cold. You know how that one leg in one that's when you're comfortable a little bit, like in a setting, because you don't want to be sleeping where it's hot and you sweating and you got to get up, you know. And especially summertime, you trying to take off layers and you just sweating and it's disturbing how you sleep. For some people, but it really is disturbance, like going through that and being too cold. I don't know. You have to be comfortable.
That's going to be definitely a personal, situation. Not to get too personal. I got a younger brother. We're actually like a year apart, and this boy used to turn the air conditioner on to like 60 every night while everybody sleep. I wake up, because I don't have cover on. I'm freezing. Like there's people that do that, and there's people that sleep with a fan right on top of them. It is dangerous because if you do have sweat, but people have different. We call it the three chows or triple heater or triple warmer in Chinese medicine, and it basically regulates the body's temperature. So you got people with cold hands, cold feet. You got people with hot bodies, hot heads, hot hands, hot feet. There's people that have to sleep with no cover. There's people that have to sleep all the way under the cover. So everybody's stuff is different. People that have night sweats, people that have cold sweats. And this is all based on the body's balance. The heat within the body, we basically have like a furnace, right? In our dantian area. And this furnace basically you create the fire in the furnace, and based on how you're eating, what you're eating, what you're thinking, and if you have the consciousness of this system that's within your body, you can actually feed it and channel the energy that you create. If you are, oblivious to it, if you're just doing whatever, you can damage yourself, without even knowing it. Just, there's various habits that you can have that could really do damage, and you don't even know what happened or why,
Right. Tito Saunders said, I'm paranoid. You think I'm paranoid? I'm 60 years old. Ain't nobody ever crept on me and lived. Let me not say that. Got away with it. Let me put it that way.
Yeah.
I'm not paranoid. I'm a survivor. Survived some stuff that you probably be surprised about, Mr. Tito Saunders. You can't walk in these shoes, bro. Trust me, you can't. King Simon says Dr. G is a good brother. King Simon presents KSP.
Hey.
Peace, King Simon.
Simon, sir.
That's big.
All right. I think there's no one pill that's made for each and every individual. There's no one pill. There's no one diet. There's no one live it. You understand? It's like it's different strokes for different folks, if I could put it that way.
That's right.
I have to sleep with cover. I don't care what the temperature is.
Yeah.
It's just one of those comfort kind of things. Me showing my arms is rare. I just don't. And and doing a deep dive into why you do some of the things you do, this reveals a lot of yourself to yourself.
That's facts.
Uh-huh.
No, that's
You know what I'm saying? I see people that can actually, like, for example, I was in the classroom this weekend.
Mhm.
And them other people, they turn it up. They turn the air all the way down, pardon me.
Mm-hmm. Freeze.
So I'm in there with jacket on, and they like, it's 80 degrees outside. I said, but it ain't 80 degrees in here. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
so someone said, covered so you could cover the weapons you got in the bed.
That's a good one too.
Anyway,
Hey, I'm ready for the next lesson.
Oh yeah, we gotta get in there.
huh?
Ready for my next lesson. I'm trying to get
Forgot the stuff that you learned already. I know it.
what I'm ready.
Yeah, you ready? Yeah.
All right. So anyway, I think in rediscovering these things about the self, it's really truly important that that we know these things so we can set sleep pattern, the eating patterns up, the fasting patterns up, the meditation prayer pattern up, the quiet moments, the me time, the exercising moments. We have to be able to know when to do that. All of which, and King Simon may disagree with me, all of which I can no longer do with other people. I can eat with other people, but the minute you say one thing about how much I eat and how I eat it, I'm getting up from the table.
Yeah.
I just don't want to hear it. Maybe it's old age. I don't know what it is. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a psychological thing happening with me, and I've noticed it for like maybe 20 years, going among other cultures and eating with other cultures. Sometimes you have to share food, especially with Ethiopians, Somalians, sometimes other people, Africans. You're all eating from the same dishes. Chinese people, you get a bowl of rice, and you get the meals in the middle of the table, and you pick what you want.
Mm-hmm.
So you share. It's only in America where you get a big ass fucking plate with meat on it, potatoes, a little bit of vegetables, a tall Coke, some bread, and some other stuff, some elbows and some knees hanging up your plate, and a back and a rib and a hip, and some other So
Claws.
right, being among these other cultures, I've grown into the habit of always eating half of the food and giving away the other half.
Mm.
And in this case, Americans don't like to eat leftovers.
No,
they just don't. I mean, I find that with people.
Oh, I eat leftovers.
No, I'm talking about, let me put it this way. I said that wrong. Other people's leftovers.
Yeah.
Anyone in my family that we live in the same household, if it was good the night before, then it's good the night after. Yeah, I'm hungry. Yeah, I'm eating it. I'm sorry. If I like it. But I find that I don't eat a lot of other people's food, but everybody eats mine. He ain't gonna eat the rest of this. My so and so be like, oh man, you should have claimed that.
Yeah.
There's certain drinks that if I buy them, they can only stay in the refrigerator for no more than 2.5 days. After that, it's gone.
Yeah.
It's a timer on it.
Right. So there's a certain degree of gluttonous mentality and spirit among Americans.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? The bigger it is, the sloppier it is, the more sloppy it is, with the ketchup representing blood dripping off of it and dripping cheese and all this other kind of stuff, the more quote unquote delicious it looks. And the more, and I know people that eat till they get full.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then they got unbuckle their pants.
I
You
mean,
gotta lean back. You understand what I'm saying? And when you see the magazine and newspaper go up under the arm and they head towards the bathroom, you know they're gonna be in there for about 3 hours.
hey, Griff, they got whole television shows dedicated to that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like if you don't try to catch the Food Network on the weekend, they might have a full day of just the biggest, sloppiest. That might be the name of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I saw one episode of the 600-pound My Life or something, or
Whoa, yeah.
I can't even fathom 600 pounds. I never got over $160, so I don't know what. Yeah, you're right, little guy. It's the whole idea of the supersize me.
Did you see the amount of food some of those people are eating on that show
Yeah, nah.
in a day?
They eating a lot, and they stomach can't even.
People are eating 10 pizzas, a whole turkey, a bucket of chicken. I'm talking about one per. I'm not done. Like sides,
He said,
one biscuit,
Yeah.
he said I'm doing the remix.
like two liters.
Yep. Good.
Like Griff, you need to go back and watch it
Cause it's
just to see like what people are actually doing. It's
whole show.
scary.
Whole show.
It's one person a day. I mean, it's one person.
When you eat like that, but you only using the bathroom twice a week.
Oh,
I don't even think they
I
doing
heard
that.
something.
Catholic.
What'd you say the other day? What a client came in, they using the bathroom once
Like almost once a month.
a
And
month.
they have a so it could be autoimmune disorders as well, but they trying to correct that problem, what's been going on, but yeah, it's serious.
But
so
I'm just saying, like
that
blew my mind.
but she wasn't 600 either.
Yeah,
The client wasn't. So it could have been, different other things that's going on digestive wise. But yeah, it's serious out here because we're learning how to unlearn these bad habits and get on the right track.
Right.
Sometimes it could be hard. They not knowing. So that's what we're going to be here to do is guide them in the right way and give them this information. We're not here to joke about it. It's like, get to it. It's serious. When you have something going on with you that's detrimental and it's serious, you got to see the doctor all the time. Like, it's like, okay, what can I do to save my life? I would think people would get on that real quick. What can I do to save my life? Who is the person I need to reach out to with the best knowledge? And then don't just stop there. Research them. Go to another person. Find you someone a holistic practitioner that you can speak to. Holistic consultations just to see where you are. Because most people don't do holistic consultation. They go to the doctor to get what the doctor said to come for, and then walk out like, oh, well, they said I got to start taking medication. It's like, what happened? You didn't know at home you wasn't bowel movement or sleep. Right. So some things, we have to come around to and gun ho onto holistic health. It's not just about just drinking your water. It's more than that. I drink my water and I walk a little bit. It's like, no, you need to be putting some quality minerals in your body. But that goes again to know thyself, study yourself. You didn't know you was made up of minerals. It's not just the water. So when you tell people that, they like, oh, calcium, vitamin D. And it's like you have so much knowledge for another person's job or another person's interest or another person's music. But when it comes to learning yourself in that much detail, we lacking at that, and we're gonna do better. We're gonna do better. So
All right.
It's different issues.
All right. Our Goddess 69 says 1 meal a day and grow your own food. Is that one of the things that we should kind of?
Definitely grow your own food. The 1 meal a day is, done right. Yeah, I think it's a beautiful plan.
Okay.
Everyone have the discipline for that.
Right.
I do not think that's the case.
Not if you work at somebody else's job.
There we go. Yeah.
2 breaks and a lunch.
Exactly. And them 2 breaks is snacking. You barely snacking, or you going to smoke a cigarette, and between your break, you really not hydrating or giving a proper nutrition within the 15 minutes because they don't want you to really sit there and kick up your feet too long. They like in and out. What you doing? You on my time. I don't care 15 minutes ago. I don't care if it took you 5 to get there, 5 to come back. You really got 5 minutes. So you rushing between somebody else's time all the time. So you're eating fast. You don't even know what to do. You like popping this 75 cent. I got that. Boom. It's chocolate. I can boost my energy. The thought of that and not saying, oh, how ignorant is that? I'll give myself 15 minutes to eat this crap. Look how many calories. What is in here? We don't do that because 5 minutes was gone. I don't care, so
Put something in
Right.
in there.
Right. North Star said overeating is the eternal hug.
Ooh. Mm.
What is hugging? What is overeating hugging though? Your gut?
Yeah.
Because some of these people, when they let loose, yeah, it's almost like it's worse than a garbage dump, man. Yeah, nah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna start making some adult diapers, man.
Yeah.
Ooh.
They already have those, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
Overeating, leads to obesity.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, and that's an unhealthy habit. Just keeping it real.
Right. So, do we need to eat meat?
Ooh.
Ooh, do we need to eat meat? That's serious.
Cosmo educator asked that question. Do we need to eat meat?
No.
Definitely
You don't need to. There's no. It's plenty things out here that's protein if that's what you're reaching for. But if you want some blood and that's what you choose to eat, that's you. But it's not a need. You have so much out here. If this protein you're looking for, you can find it. Nuts, seeds, beans, plants, even algae, spirulina, chlorella, kale, pumpkin seed. It's so much you can learn. It's about learning now. Get out of that old age sleep that you just saying, I need my meat to live. No, not at this time of your life. Like, make some changes. It's gonna be beneficial. It just depends on how long and longevity, how vibrant and radiant you want to be.
I'll tell you this, just to add on a little bit. One thing I've noticed over the last few years, dealing with clients, what they come to us asking about is, what do I do now? My doctor told me I can't eat meat anymore. So even the doctors are telling, the medical doctors are telling their patients, hey, you can't eat that no more. You're gonna have to basically go vegetarian, figure it out. They don't have the knowledge on it, so they just like, go figure it out.
We'll try to recommend you somewhere. Yeah.
Right. So North Star came back to clarify their statement. Hug as in loneliness.
Oh,
depression.
Yeah. Emotional eating. Then yeah, I can definitely understand where he's coming from.
So the emotional eating thing. So I find a lot of women eating like this emotional eating thing. So to answer your question, lady, Kay, Cosmo educator, yes, I'm 52 years young and I'm done eating meat. That's a beautiful thing. Yeah, digesting meat is just ridiculous, man.
Actually, it's basically impossible for a human. Like, just keeping it real. Like, we don't have the correct protease to break it down. Like some of our stomach acids can break it down to a point.
Right.
But a full breakdown of meat, it never happens.
Right. So a lot of times it fills us up in our intestines and other parts, and then we truly fit the
it festers.
Full of shit.
Yeah, it festers. Parasites, worms, all types of things are growing inside of you and wiggling.
They don't do that part. Or look at the food when you tearing that meat open.
And I've seen it. Maybe one day, Griff, I'm gonna reach out to one of my clients. If you want, I'm gonna reach out to one of my clients that we did a parasite cleanse on, and you see that toilet splashing and all of them big old parasites and worms splashing around. Look,
I tried, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago, trying to get my liver right. trying to get it balanced, and I was trying to get it right and stay there. But the hectic schedule, traveling, doing things, it's hard to. So I was on this kick, and y'all don't laugh. They said your stool should float. Is that true?
Depends on what you're eating.
There we go. It's all types of shapes and all, but floating and long.
Okay, but I think I need a more direct answer. You said depends on. See, that's the part of that.
Because there's a few different healthy forms of poop, okay, or what would be considered healthy, right? So it doesn't necessarily need to float. Okay. But if you have little pebbles, if you have mushy mush, if you got squirts, if you got it's really hard to get it out, and you know what I mean, because that can also lead to hemorrhoids. So and that means that you're dehydrated, going back to the water. So there's so many different levels to this, but for the most part, as long as you're not making little bunny pellets, and you're not having mushy and fun, like you don't want white, it shouldn't come out white. It should be typically brown. If you eat a lot of spirulina, you may get green. Beets, you may get red. If you see red, just remember, make sure if you ate beets. Now, if you didn't eat no beets and you see red, then there you could have a issue there. Yeah. So you definitely need to get that checked on.
We forgot to do the disclaimer, because I'm listening to that and I'm saying how these people are going to hear that. Do the disclaimer real quick.
Yeah. So nothing that we're saying is used to cure. It's not used for prescribing. We do not treat. None of these statements that we've made have been reviewed or stamped by any government agency. We are literally here for entertainment and educational purposes. And you can utilize what we're sharing if you choose.
That's right.
Yeah, Tito Saunders said the same thing I said. When you said some of the stool come out white, how the hell does that happen?
Yeah, that's showing some other stuff going on. So you definitely need to see a professional. If that's going on, you could call your doctor. If you need a holistic consultation, you could contact us if you need to. So
yeah. It's like gallbladder. Oh no, that's the urination. It's gallbladder and kidneys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's deep. Like, if you got a good imagination right now, I can see you had to take a pause for a second because you're trying to figure that out.
Yeah, I was in my brain. Yeah, I was
just but it happens. So it's real. Real.
Shout out to Charles Williams. Really appreciate you.
Peace.
Let me see. Hold on. I heard certain diets, veganism, change your menstrual cycle for women too. Is that true?
Yes, that can be somewhat true. Yes, if it's depending on your veganism, but plant-based is key. It definitely shortens the cycle days, and then how you're feeling in your emotions as well. So you're not always emotionally eating. Well, even if I know some vegans who still emotionally eat and still sometimes get that pain or the cramping or the heavy bleeding because they haven't changed something else that's triggering their emotional eating habits prior to the cycle. So even if you are vegan, you still have to at least a week prior to your cycle start to eat more cleaner, green, fresh vegetables, fruit, so it can be lighter and you can feel better and energized. Like, yeah, it's definitely key. Please do that. Like, over the past 7 years or even out my life, just going through different cycle changes, and even with myself being younger, it was crazy. So I had to change my lifestyle to to bring forth a better and optimum health. So veganism plant, even raws, you're going to be likely not to see any. It'll be one day, and maybe you get that and off. And then you also, it'll be pleasant for you not to have a smell. So eating properly is key prior to it, during, and after. So it's a holistic cycle. You have to treat it as such, not just, oh, I'm about to be on my cycle, I can eat this. No, just because you're vegan, no, you have to still go by a certain type of eating while you on your cycle. You know, you don't want to prolong it just because I'm on it now, I can eat that. And when I get up, no, it's treated as such as a cycle, eating clean prior, during, and after.
Right.
The lifestyle, not that cycle time.
Right. Give the people your information. They're asking for your email address and your phone number.
Okay, so yeah, you can email us at smaifarmacy@gmail.com. That's SMAIFARMACY@gmail.com. But make sure you visit our website page at smaifarmacy.com. You can get your holistic teas, tonics, tinctures, elixirs, customized supplements, aromatherapy blends. Also, you can book a holistic consultation with us. So that is key, smaifarmacy.com. Or if you need to call us to, get some information or to also book your consultation, you can call us at 770-670-7780.
All right. So Quan wants to know what's the craving about of chocolate before your menses?
It could be you can have a low intake of certain minerals like copper or magnesium. So that's why you're craving that, trying to get that in.
There's also other chemical constituents in chocolate.
Yeah.
You probably heard somebody say, it produces the same chemical as you might feel when you're in love.
Yep.
So again, to emotional eating, that could also be a trigger as well, releasing dopamine in the brain. So you're getting that feel good. So it's really like it's like a hit. It becomes like a drug.
Right. Well, that's why they associate chocolate with sex, and
it's an aphrodisiac. Yeah.
Right. Easter bunny.
Yeah. Gets you in the mood for love.
Playboy bunny, the Easter bunny, the same damn bunny. Ready in to eat better now or pay later when you're older in bad health.
Yeah, you better eat better now. Start now.
Right.
Because you're gonna make all the excuses when you're old. I'm older, I've been doing this. And then it's like, you got this chronic issue, right? Don't use that as your crutch. I'm older now, but you visiting the doctor every week or once a month so they can check up on you. And you need to do on this checkup daily on yourself.
Right.
Yeah, do that now. Definitely do that now.
Ernest Grant said, make sure it's dark chocolate.
Dark chocolate. No milk.
That's what Becky and the rest of them, dark chocolate.
Yeah, dark. I mean, that's definitely a start, if you really want to go in, you just get the cacao nibs, and just go at it.
Yeah. I think I'm a lot more calmer since I stopped eating meat.
Oh, yeah.
You're talking, I'm 60, you're talking 30, 40 years ago almost. Yeah, it just wasn't. But the idea of surviving, I've been in situations where I just had to survive.
Mm-hmm.
You got to cleanse, come up out of it, and get back on track and get reset. Is what I call it. Anytime I find myself in situations where I gotta stray from it, from the live that I have, the discipline that I have, in order to survive, I understand that's why they call it survival. Mm-hmm. Every aspect of it, you have to survive. I know some people that's just walking around here vegan. They'll only eat tree bark and damn nuts and leaves, and vegetarians. I'm like, and they frail, ashy all the damn time. And yeah, no.
Yeah, hey, that's real. Again, what my queen was just sharing was true. It's about diversity. In your living. You want to keep it colorful and clean. But when it comes down to it, Griff, I feel you on the survival, because at the end of the day, although I've been plant-based over 20 years, every morning, if it came down to it, I'm not I'm not gonna go hungry, even if there was no animals around. You know, I know what's out here, and I know how to eat off the land. But even if it really came down to it, you know, I see deer every morning.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They will get barbecued real quick if it's a survival situation.
Rotisserie deer thigh or something.
The whole thing just spinning. Okay, on a wood.
On the wood, we gotta make it work.
Put a deer apple in his mouth, put him on the table. Like, bro, I'm sorry.
We finna smoke that thing.
Yeah, we do got black
We
cherry
got some
wood.
black cherry wood out there. We
Right.
Popping. Okay.
I'm
But
smoked deer ankle or some shit.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, the Bible.
Tenderloin, the whole nine.
But a lot of times,
You know, I'm a chef. I'm gonna do it up. I'm finna make
people
baby.
that starch vegans.
Look, we got potatoes in the garden. I'm finna.
Yeah, that's right. We got all that. Yeah.
We have this conversation, and I'm like, y'all out your mind. Y'all never been in a position where you had to survive.
Mm.
You haven't.
Yeah.
And all this old man, I've
Look.
asked several people, have they ever been to Helsinki?
Yeah.
And I'm one of the few black people that I know. I know there's some black people there because I saw them. But you know, the sunlight it stays sunny for like 22 hours.
Yeah.
So you get 2 hours worth of nighttime, that's it.
Ooh. Dang.
And so it throws your cycle off. You don't know whether it's day, night, you don't know. You understand what I'm saying? So it depends on, yeah, it's just a crazy kind of thing. I was stuck there, man.
Dang.
Like literally stuck there, and I said I had to shift to survival mode, man.
Ooh.
Yep. So yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh, Aretha said her uncle lives there.
Ooh.
God,
Yeah, that's rough.
good
Yeah.
luck.
Research on that. That's
Helsinki.
I do know this in those types of places. You know, like in Alaska and certain places in Canada, when they have, I should say the opposite, a lot of night and not too much sun. A lot of those places have very high suicide rates.
Mm.
The depression, the emotional stress, it drives those people mad, like literally.
So the question is asked: is meat the only food that causes parasites?
No, water. You can get it from water. You can get
Parasites from water?
Yeah, you can get parasites from water, depending on where you're getting the water from and how, like I said, like you said, how is it sourced? And then the plastic also that's just chemicals, but
yeah, you can look at it like this
Fruit?
when it comes to meat, like even with water, for water, it would have to be added to it. So it's going to come from somebody or some animal pooping
in it.
or peeing in it, you know, something happening like that. And then now you got an issue. Now, when it comes to eating animal flesh, anything, once it dies, it creates maggots and worms. You know, that's just part of the cycle of life. And, you know, there's no way around that. So once you ingest that dead flesh and it begins to rot in your system over a 72-hour period at 98 degrees, you know, by the time you pass it, if it doesn't get caught up somewhere and stored in your, you know, in one of your intestinal pockets, you know, which usually is what happens with animal flesh. And it just sits there and festers for years.
Years.
And so most people who have been eating animal flesh, if they're grown, if you're 21 or better, and you've been eating meat your whole life, animal flesh your whole life, you have at least 10 pounds. You know, if you're a smaller person, maybe 5 pounds, but anywhere from 5 to 20 pounds of rotting flesh in your colon.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's why a lot of people get colon cancer, man.
Yeah, it's serious. Yeah.
But my thing is, I think people, unless they have these self-imposed fasting periods and cleansing periods, they don't know what it's like to survive. And I'm telling you, it getting stuck in Helsinki, I've had to figure even trying to survive. I went from vegan, vegetarian, pescatarian, rice, fish, and then I'm looking at this other stuff like, damn, stomach growling, and I'm like, I'm like this, man. I'm like, then I took a deep dive into the ocean. I did the shrimp and which is the pig of the sea. Then I did the chicken. Then I said, you know something? I gotta figure my way out of this.
Yeah.
I went to another country and I met back up with the group because we was on our way to Russia and they didn't let me into Russia. So I was stuck.
What?
So I went to another country and I just met them in another country, which is a you know, thing in and of itself, man. But I'm not gonna go hungry. Everybody else will be starving, like, yeah, begging for some rice on the commercial. My ass be fat like this. I'll be like, yeah, nah. Yeah, no, I'm gonna survive, plain and simple, man. But you know something? I've been this weight for a long time. I just can't even imagine or fathom the idea of me getting fat or even chubby. I just can't picture it. Now I was a little bit heavier. That I go through those periods where I want to develop my knockout punch again. I might need a little weight behind this, you know, but it's more technique than weight. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but anyway, we about to shut this down. I think we have to lend some conversation and some brain power and some thought to dairy next week.
Ooh, okay. That's a big one.
The dangers of it.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Because someone said milk does the body good.
Not that milk. Not milk. Not that milk.
All right, so let the people know how they can contact you guys once again. Give me your information, and let's get out of here.
Whoop, wonderful. All right, so that's my.
Hold on 1 second. Even Butterfly said you've always been the same. I know. Ever since you've known me, but this is my niece over here, so she's known me a lot longer. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I used to be the dangerous Professor Griff guy, but anyway, I'm a nice guy now. Again,
I'm a nice guy. Yes. So that's smypharmacy.com. That's our website. So you can visit there and make sure you take advantage of getting you some supplements. We definitely have some Rest Easy capsules for you. We definitely have some digestive blends from teas, tonics, tinctures. We also conduct holistic consultations as well. So smypharmacy.com. You can email us at smypharmacy@gmail.com. So that's SMAIFARMACY@gmail.com. Also, if you need to call us tomorrow at 770-670-7780. I know you want to call us tonight, but you can leave us a message. You can text that number as well. So if it's important and you need to contact us, 770-670-7780. Shoot us a text, shoot us an email. Make sure you visit all of our social media platforms, from YouTube to learn how to grow your own food, from seed to table, to learn essential oil blends to make you feel good, to help you through your stress, sleep, and emotional patterns. We got what you need.
Sure. Hold on, Sherb, I got you on the hat.
What's saying?
Sherb says save a hat. I got you.
Oh, for you. Smypharmacy.com.
Smypharmacy.com.
Yeah, SMAIFARMACY.com.
All right, cool. So we'll be back next week. We go through these trials and tribulations on getting on, but hey, life happens the way life happens. You got to roll with the punches. You know, it's those flexible trees, all right, that when the storms hit, they bend with it, so they survive. Right. You understand what I'm saying? All right, family, I gotta get ready to get out of here. Sure, if you want to meet up with me, I can get you the hat, or I can just put it in the mail. It's up to you. All right, family, love you all to life. Thank you all very much. Really appreciate y'all.
Peace and love.
I'll see you in Belize.
Oh, yes.
All right, peace, fam.
Peace.
The Serious Minds Brain Tonic was created to sharpen the mind by protecting cells and increasing neurotransmitters associated with learning and memory. This is the Serious Minds Brain Tonic. The Resurrection Formula. This male reproductive tonic elixir is the resurrection you've been looking for. It is a stimulating sexual tonic with mild androgen-like effects that is nourishing to the reproductive system. You can order them at www.professorgriff.me and www.seriousmindsinstitute.com. Just call 678-557-2919. Your health is your wealth. Peace. Greetings, this is Professor Griffin, Public Enemy, instructor for the USCCA. Today, we're going to talk about safety, training, education, and legal protection. Join us out here on the range to get some training, get some education, most of all safety, and definitely if you have to use your firearm, some legal protection. Contact us. Simply go to www.professorgriff.me or www.seriousmindsinstitute.com for safety, training, education, and legal protection. Alright? Professor Griff, Public Enemy, and I'll see y'all in class.